Welcome to the Alchemist's Way. This is your alchemical insight for the day from a cozy cabin corner. Thank you for watching. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Now, go turn your journey into gold.
So have you ever found yourself in a situation fully aware that you might not succeed? Or at a minimum, it may showcase one of your weaknesses. Well, I found myself in exactly that kind of a situation just last Saturday with an invitation to go golfing. 8 of us met at the beautiful golf course in Estes Park, Colorado, the gateway to Rocky Mountain National Park. My daughter, her best friend's family, and I found ourselves embracing the perfect Rocky Mountain day. Blue skies, gentle breeze, and beautiful mountain views, with deer, elk, and wildlife roaming the fairways like they were paid members. It was a picturesque day, that is, of course, until the game started. I went into this whole adventure knowing I was a little rusty. It had been over 15 years since I swung a golf club, so rusty was an understatement. Sometimes we go through life feeling confident in our abilities, but I must admit I do have weaknesses. I can't whistle, never have been able to. When it comes to singing, I cannot carry a tune in a bucket. And a few times I tried to back up a trailer. Well, let's just say I try not to create a public safety risk, but my main goal is to keep off of the evening news. And friends, on this fateful day, I gotta admit, I absolutely cannot golf. By the time we were at the 7th hole, my score was greater than the sum total of all the other players. And that's when we looked over and we saw a large number of elk on the midway on the 8th fairway. You can kind of see that in the photograph there. And of course, Stephen and I teed off, and both of us landed just right in front of those elk. Now, Stephen, he, on the other hand, was able to navigate somewhat around the elk without any hazards there. But by the time I got, up to the ball, I thought, well, you know what, this should be pretty easy. I'll grab a high iron, and thinking to myself, I'll just, pop it over the top of them. Simple, right? Not simple. I think when the elk saw some of my practice swings, their natural survival instincts kicked in, and several stood up and began walking away. Well, I stepped up to the ball, leaned into it, and needless to say, things didn't go as planned. That ball came off the club like a rocket, low, screaming fast, and it went between the legs of an elk directly under the belly, missing it by inches. At this point, I acknowledged 2 things. Number 1, I still cannot golf, and number 2, thank goodness that was not a bull elk. It was female. Otherwise, I probably would have been having a very awkward conversation with a veterinarian. Well, I dropped my club, grabbed my head, and I was like, oh my gosh. Everything went silent for a few seconds. And then Steven suddenly threw his arms up over his head and he shouted, "Field goal!" That's when we completely lost it laughing. It was the most talked about shot of the day. And that's when it really hit me, folks. The best part of life is rarely found in perfection. They're found in moments that humble us, connect us, and remind us not to take ourselves too seriously. Because we all have weakness. We all have things that expose us a little. But maybe those weaknesses are gifts in disguise. They keep us grounded, they keep us teachable, they keep us laughing, and they remind us there's still room to grow. That you think you've got life mastered. You're pretty good at everything that you do. You operate from your strengths, and everything's going well. And it's always in those moments that life will hand you a golf club, put an elk directly in front of you, and say, "All right, hotshot, show me what you got." So, stay humble, my friends. Keep swinging. And remember, those weaknesses may serve us.